number 1, Toastmaster Marian. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of Toastmaster Marian.
I was walking back home from office and I came across a bag full of money. Yeah, money is the first thing that anyone in their instinct would make them think of. And so, with that, inside that bag, there was a letter. And that letter said that if you find this bag of money, please return it to so and so address. And there was a card of that lady that belonged to her. At first, I was confused. Was it a trap? I had no idea what to do, but then I followed my instincts again. And then I thought of going to that address and delivering that bag to that lady. I followed that address and went to that lady's house. I knocked her door, she opened, and she said that you did find my bag for me. Thank you so much. I was again confused that why did she leave a bag full of money and with a note inside her. I returned it to her and then she asked me for coffee. We started having a cup of coffee together and I realized that we could be great friends because she was very friendly, she was very talkative, she was very welcoming, and so I saw a friend in her. But then when she went to the kitchen to serve me some biscuits, I took a round in her room and there I found many such bags full of money. And each bag had the same note inside that if you find this bag, please return it to that lady with her card and that number. And it really shocked me because at that moment I realized that this lady was a psychopath and she was maybe suffering from a psychological disease and she was in search of friends, or she had some problem with her. And that is when I dropped everything and I rushed back home. And that was a very terrifying experience. And from that onwards, I realized that we should never trust anyone blindly.
Hello, hello.
1 minute is over.
Hello, hello.
Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Amir Bilal. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Amir Bilal.
When I entered the room, I turned on my mobile's camera to see how am I looking. I instantly observed I was looking extraordinarily smart today. The other thing, when I got to know my number for today's table topic contest would be second, I was really happy. Because most of the German speakers would be out, so I could retain my confidence. Could you please repeat the topic for me?
I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of.
Thank you. Contest chair, respected judges and distinguished guests. It's about 2 days back when I was coming from home and was going to office, I saw somebody coming from the wrong way and he actually hit my bike. I was frightened and was not sure about what's happening. He said, "Can't you see?" I said, "You're coming from the wrong way and there's nothing that I did." And he eventually said, "That's your mistake." I said, "No." And then I went back to office and I thought there was a bag full of sadness. And I just enjoyed the rest of the day. Thank you.
this because I was too tired of walking like this. So I decided one day that why not do things differently? Why not walk like this, and walk like this, and walk like this? And that was the reason why I found this bag. Because if I was walking straight, I would never come across this bag which was on the back. So I was walking like this, and I came across a bag. I stepped down, opened the bag, and can you guess what was in the bag? No, it was not money, because that is the first thing that comes into your mind and the first thing that came into my mind when I looked at the bag. No, it was not books. It was not somebody's body, because I mean, in the city we are in, there might as well have been a body inside. There was no animal. The only thing I found there was an empty bag. And I went forward and I thought, I can do two things. One, I can say it was just an empty bag and I had the most boring day of my life because I found an empty bag. Or B, I could turn it into a table topic speech and say that that empty bag symbolized me putting down all the baggage that I was carrying, me putting down all the weight. So when I had decided to walk backward, I had decided I'm no longer going to carry the stress of work, the stress of life, the stress of family. And so I found that empty bag and I picked it up and it was light and it was everything that I was looking for. And with that, I moved forward lightly, gracefully, and happily. Mr. Toastmaster.
Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Anam. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Anam.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I was walking back home from office when I found a bag full of gold. And I thought, who could it be that actually left it here? Is it some kind of a examination for me? Or was it be robbery if I picked it up? For once, I just thought over. And I decided, and I finally thought about my children. Oh, they will have such a luxurious life, good school, good college and everything. Then I thought about my husband. Maybe I can buy the TDM for him as the Toastmasters Club, buy this bag of gold. Then I thought about my parents. Maybe I can actually buy a castle for them in the UK, besides the Queen's Castle. And I thought, just leave it. I just closed my eyes for once and I decided to pick it up. But as soon as I bent down, a dog passed by and hit it and took it away. And I wonder, isn't that dog luckier than me? Isn't he luckier enough to actually become rich? Thank you so much.
1 minute silence for the judges. Contestant number 5, Toastmaster Shifa. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Shifa.
One rainy night in December, I was coming back home from my office. Suddenly, in the middle of the road, I found this big black bag. I stopped my car. I walked towards the bag and I opened it. There were tiny little bundles of joy, cute furry kittens. I shrieked with happiness and joy. Oh my God, kittens! Then I picked up the bag, brought the bag to my car, took out the kittens, kept them in a warm shawl that I was wearing, and brought them home. Upon reaching home, I went straight to the kitchen, warmed a big pot of milk, filled up the feeder, and started feeding the little cats. They were meowing loudly, and they were cold. I wrapped them up in a blanket, put them to sleep, and uploaded my Facebook status, welcoming family members. Next day, I get up in the morning. They're looking at me and asking me to help them poop. So I rub their little tummies, help them poop, and I go to office just to return home early and be united with those little bundles of joy.
One minute silence for the judges.
Hello?
Over.
Contestant number 6, Toastmaster Mohsin Jamal. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Mohsin Jamal.
Fellow Toastmaster and guests. So one day I was walking back from my home and I came across a bag full of. What could it be? First of all, if I see a bag, would I even approach it, considering the risk of a bomb or something other thing? So I would not approach it, to tell you the truth. I would call the police or someone who lives nearby and tell them about that there's a bag. Most probably I would call the police. And if I think that it's a place where there are a lot of people, like park or some other place where there could be a lot of people, I would most probably call a police and inform them that there's a bag that could have something explosive or something dangerous. So they should take some action about it. And if there's some shop nearby, I could just go there and contact them and tell them that there's a bag there. And what could be, did you see anyone leaving the bag there? So that would be how I would approach this matter. Thank you.
Toastmaster Roba.
Contest chair, judges, fellow colleagues, Assalamu alaikum and good evening. So I had a very long day at the office and I was walking and I suddenly saw a bag. What did the bag have? It kind of was thinking what was in the bag. Should I open the bag? Should I not open the bag? But then I thought about what my mother and father used to say. Stealing is very bad and it's not really allowed, so it's somebody else's bag. Why should I actually try and open it? I moved away from the bag, and suddenly the bag came in front of me again. What to do? Why isn't this bag going away? I opened the bag. I tried to take a peek, and then I understood, no, I should. I got up and then started going away. And third time's the charm, and the bag came in front of me again. What should I do? I gave in to my feelings. I picked up the bag, I opened it, and I saw lots of golf clubs, golf balls. And I thought that, I've just recently started going to Karsas and trying to learn the game. What should I do with it? I was in luck. So effectively, I took my car. I always have my clubs inside my car. I went to Karsas. Today, I don't need to buy any buckets. I have as many balls as I want to play. And then I got there. First shot, miss. And then I started practicing. Now, what you really need to do in life is that whenever you get something in life, you try to make the most out of it. But you always need to think about what your moral compass is. So my moral compass was not to steal, but it kept on coming in front of me. So when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, or a good lemon meringue pie.
1 minute is over.
Contestant number 8, Saad Khan. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmasters, Saad Khan.
Hello, Toastmasters and respected members. Assalamu alaikum and good evening to all of you. I was walking back home from my office and I got a bag full of dollars, I was very fortunate to have dollars at that price. I was having time of my life because I've got $1 million in that bag. So can you imagine that? So I was like over the moon, over everything. So I was sharing with this with my friends, like I've got $1 million. So the friends who did not talk to me for years, they were calling me. They were like sending me the request on Facebook. So FBR was calling me, Shabbar Zadi was calling me for the tax collection. And I was saying, man, this is the money that I've got from the road. So will you apply the tax on that? He was saying, yes, you're going to give the tax on that, and half of the money will be gone. And secondly, I was like telling about all the things to my family. They were saying, you have planned for your marriage, for your kids, so you need to invest that money into the bank account. So, and all of a sudden, all the money was gone, and I was like going back to office in the next morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Contestant number 9, Toastmaster Utsa Mohsin. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Utsa Mohsin.
Money. Who does not love money? I'm sure we all do. Imagine I was walking through the road and I found a bag full of money. Yes, money. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished judges.
The topic that I have been assigned is that I was walking down the road and I found a bag full of money. I first opened that bag. I looked inside. There were not rupees, there were dollars. Yes. I took that bag of money and I lifted it up and I took towards my home. I took that bag and I opened it and I spread all the money on my bed. I spread that money and then quickly I organized myself. Okay, I love traveling, let's do that. Let's first travel. I took that money and I booked myself a ticket and I went to London. Yes, because I love London. I've always dreamt of being in London and settling there. That's what I dreamt. I took that money and I went to London. In London, I went there and I enjoyed and I had the time of my life. After that, I took the remaining money and I think maybe with that remaining money, I could maybe distribute it or give it to an NGO. In the end, I conclude on the note that traveling is fun. We all love traveling, and hence, with that money, I traveled and I donated the rest. Thank you, contestant.
1 minute. Contestant number 10, Toastmaster Hiba. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Hiba.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I was walking back from home and I came across a bag full of coins. I came across I was walking with perfect.
Silence for the judges.
Is over.
Contestant number 11, Toastmaster Navita. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Navita.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So, one day I was walking by the street and I came back full of diamonds. I was so happy that wow, how lucky I am today. If I wished for something else, it would be in front of me. But the next moment, my sister said to me, "What is this? What is this?" And I was like, "There's nothing in this bag. There's nothing in this bag." Then we entered the home, and I was just thinking, I should take it or not. Like in every person, there is a good human being or a bad human being. I was thinking whether I should take it or not, take it or not. Then I went to my mom and I said, "What if you would get something very precious on this tree?" She said, listen, in life, God always brings you in a situation where you enter to decide good or bad. I would have gone to police and reported from where I got it. I was like, okay, in life, whatever your parents teach you, whatever they guide you is the most important thing. And I listened to her and I told her the whole story and I went with her, told police this whole story, and I was happy and satisfied with the decision that this is the right thing to do. Thank you so much.
Contestant number 12, Toastmaster Majid. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Majid.
It was a surprise. I saw a bag. It was full. I was happy. I was driving. I stopped my car. I want you to say, what exactly is that? I saw a bag. Oh my God. What was in that? I thought this was going to be a bag filled with air. So I stopped my car literally to see exactly what am I going to find in that. When I checked the bag, what did exactly I find? Anybody, any guesses? Think in your mind, what could that thing possibly be? What was in that?
Dead body.
Dead body, man, you are wrong actually. It was not a dead body. When I looked at that bag, I was surprised that bag was actually full of ideas. I found a paper in that. That paper was having a lot of ideas, exactly how can I improve my life. I was mainly looking for a treasure. And the actual treasure actually I found in that bag was good ideas. See, there are two ways we learn. We all learn. You learn, I learn, everybody learn. We learn our life, but the best way we can actually learn is through experiences. I found that bag and it was actually a lost bag by a man, and in that bag there were a lot of ideas that how exactly a successful life can be lived. I was so happy because I wanted to be successful. There are a lot of people who want to be successful. Money. Had there been money, yes, that would have been success, but the real success was those ideas. Because of those ideas, if applied properly, then a life can be very well lived. So I thought that I am going to find the diamonds, but I was actually more amazed and more happy because the real diamonds were there. There were beautiful ideas that how exactly can I live my life. There were ideas that how exactly can I give back to society. There were ideas of how to love the society, how exactly we should treat us elders, how exactly should we treat the children, how exactly should we behave. This life I got to know through that bag is an opportunity. So let's not waste this life. It was a message in that this life is given to you only for once. So I need to live this life with the best of my potential. It was written in that bag that God has given me every potential which I want to be successful. So with that bag, what I learned was the most biggest thing of the world, and that biggest idea of the world was to live my life powerfully and do not live, give my life back to God without having it lived properly.
As to my own knowledge would be a collection of books, but then I decided to change my mind and put the money into something better and better use. So I decided to use it for a charitable cause and used it as a donation. Thank you.
1 minute silence for the judges. Contestant number 14, Toastmaster Saad Shoaib. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Saad Shoaib.
I was walking from my office and I found a bag full of 50,000 rupees. So I know that this amount
isn't much, but I've actually learned to be happy with what I get. But and I actually thought that let's take what I'm getting. But then the other part of me told me that no, that is very much unethical, and the person whose property this is will be in hardship just because of some pleasure which I may get for a very limited amount of time. So what did I do? I looked in that bag. I went down. I looked and I found a paper with an address and a contact number. I contacted that person and I just handed that person the property which belonged to him. Thank you very much.
Hello. 1 minute is over.
Contestant number 15, Toastmaster Imran Raza. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Imran Raza.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I was coming from my office and I got a bag full of dollars, which I like mostly. And I was just dreaming that what I will do with it. I like to travel. I like to have good gadgets. I like to have a computer. And I want to give my kids the best of the best education. I want to travel all along the world in good hotels, good restaurants and all that. So it seems like the dream came true for me. And it was a very good surprise for me. And I love that. Thank you.
1 minute silence. Contestant number 16, Toastmaster Ali Shivani. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag.
It's not working. Yes, it's not working. Yes, it's working.
I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Ali Shivani.
Hi everyone. First words, my first time here, so it's a good topic that I was coming from the home and I got a bag full of. Obviously, everyone was thinking that I'm talking about the money, and yes, it's the exact need of the time. So yes, I was coming from the home and I get the bag full of money. Now the tension starts from the moment when I got that bag. Because the money was a very huge amount. It was a very huge amount that I had to spend it. Because I don't want to share the money. I don't like to share money with anyone. So what I did is, first I try to do, and I also want to consider that it's a time of Naya Pakistan, so we cannot deposit it in the bank. So we have to spend all the money, or we have to keep somewhere in the lockers or somewhere that where it remains safe. What I did, I just went to the shop and purchased PS4 because it's my favorite game. First of all, that even then the money was there, attention was with me. So what I did after that, I said that just give me 2 PS4 so that I can have a alternate when it not works, so when I have to charge it. The shopkeeper was like, oh, really? But I had purchased it. And then another thing that I tried to do is was definitely some savings and all that. Thank you.
1 minute silence for the judges. Contestant number 17, Toastmaster Shahid. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Shahid.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and respected guests. My name is Shahid, and I'm going to tell you a story about my one incident in my daily life. So once I was like going back from office to my home, and I found a bag inside my car. So that bag was like I was not aware of that bag, and I was like going through a check post. It was like unfortunate incident for me when I tried to pass that check post, and I was like caught at that check post. So like in that bag there were like few mobiles inside that bag, and when I was at that check post, my car got searched, and that bag was found out of that car. So officer who was on duty, he asked me, do you know about this bag? I was completely unaware of that bag. And they said that you have to go with us to our senior officer. So fortunately, that scene was unfortunate, but that day there was like luck with me, and on that check post there was a guy who already knew my grandfather, and he was like completely aware of that my elder family member. So he asked me like why this bag is in your car. So I told him that I was like my car was parked with open mirrors, and maybe someone put this bag inside my car. So on like investigation, it was like found out that that bag was not of mine, and I was relieved from that thing. Thank you.
1 minute silence for the judges. Contestant number 18, Toastmaster Farhan. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Farhan.
Ring, 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 ring. Hello, Hamza, bro. bag here and I don't know what it is. What do you mean I should open it? No, no, I can't. It must be someone's. Okay, okay. So, here's a bag here and somebody must have left it. I wonder what it could be. It could be a bomb. Boom! Or it could be something, a child's bag and some toys. Let's open it. Ooh. This bag is full of cash, loots and jewelries. I think there's someone has stolen it and maybe he has dropped it. This is a time for Inspector Farhan to rescue this case. I must ask someone if anyone has. Whose bag is this? Does anyone know whose bag is this? Yes, sir. Have you seen this bag, or do you know anything about this bag? I don't know anything about this bag. So when this case is not just an easy one, I think we should really make this. I think we should leave this to our investigation cell, and that's it. Thank you.
Contestant number 19, Toastmaster Leena. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Leena.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I was walking back home from work and I came across a bag full of pebbles. Pebbles, I thought. What are these pebbles for? What do these pebbles mean? Why are these pebbles here? And as I stared at them, obviously they came from a bag of concrete that was being used for the building that was being built next door. But I stared at them and I wondered, are pebbles really a way of looking at your life and thinking that they could be pearls of wisdom? Are there things in my life that I take for granted? Are there things in my life that I don't look as strongly towards as I should be looking? And what are those things? And with that came the thought of gratitude. What are the things in my life that I take for granted? And where are those pearls of wisdom? I thought of my family. I thought of my team members at work, how wonderfully they work, and how I sometimes and often overlook them. And I thought about my own strength in the last year, how I've grown as a person, how I've grown as a leader, and how I've grown as a family member. Thinking of all that, I obviously felt that where do pearls really come from? They come from an oyster, a shell, a simple shell. And often inside, you don't really know what you're going to find. But to me that day, as I walked out of my office, across the street, finding that bag of pebbles, I thought of all the pearls in my life. Thank you.
1 minute silence for this. Contestant number 20, Toastmaster Shamil. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Shamil.
The Toastmasters and guests. I was walking back to home from my office and I found a bag of I found a bag of body. Now, when I saw the body, I was very horrified to see the blood and all the bones. So my first concern was to pull a phone and call the proper emergency. After calling the emergency, the police will come to the area where I found the body. They will ask me questions of what I was doing and where I was going to. I will answer them honestly. I will answer all the questions honestly. And when they done asking me questions, I will go home. But I'm not through with it yet. The next day, they will come to my home and ask me questions regarding the body. They will actually suspect me for the murder of that person, which would scare my family. But then they would actually find the real murder. They will never find a real murder, which then I will tell all my other family, which years later we will laugh at. Thank you.
And the last contestant for today, Toastmaster Javed Bhatti. Your topic is, I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. I was walking back home from my office and I came across a bag full of. Toastmaster Javed Bhatti.
How many type of people do you see on the road? There are different type of people when we drive, especially in Karachi. Just like today, when I was coming back home, there was a truck driver who overtook me. And I was a little slow, because normally I drive slow. And he overtook me and he shouted at me. Hey, hey, what are you doing? I mean, it was not in English, obviously. Hey, hey, dekhta nahi hai kya? And the best way to counter these type of shouts, I have learned this a different way. I always roll down my window and I look at them and I shout back at them. Hey, hey, dekh raha ho, kya karu? And he will smile back. Normally they would just smile back. But one time it fired back. When I shouted back, he came with a bag full of tools. He literally stopped his truck and I had to stop my car and he came with a big rod. And as I took out, I said, I was just kidding, forgive me. And he just hit me on my shoulder and I fell down. And still, I was in a shock. And I learned that day that you never ever shout back at anyone when you are driving in Karachi. Over to you.